On April 10th, 1793, William Brown, also known as William Smith, age 15, and John Liscoe, age 13, were tried and found guilty of grand larceny. The boys had attempted to rob a shoemaker by the name of Thomas Evans on the 15th of March of the same year. The victim's name and occupation are visible on the diorama, as the storefront is named Evans Shoes, from which the goods were stolen. 3 pairs of shoes were taken. 2 pairs are visible near John Liscoe in front of the store, and the other pair is next to William Brown. John Liscoe is being held by the first unnamed witness, and William Brown is being grabbed by a neighbor, Mr. Milbank, who is called to hold Brown as he runs up the street, also noting the fact that Brown was wearing a white coat. Thomas Evans' residence is number 23 Whitechapel Road, which can be seen due to the street post in the diorama and the number above the door. In John Liscoe's left hand is the knife he attempted to hide from witness 1 in his left pocket. His left hand is also bloody due to his use of the knife to cut glass, which the broken glass can be seen next to both John and witness 1. The boys stood on trial for grand larceny, as the value of the 3 pairs of leather shoes was 4 sterlings, which exceeded the required amount of 1 sterling to be charged with grand larceny. The boys would be found guilty of the charge of grand larceny, and they would be sentenced to a private whipping and 1 week of imprisonment. As the trial had taken place 4 weeks after the crime, bushes have been added to both sides of the diorama to show the movement from early spring in March to mid-April in spring, when the punishment would have been carried out. Private whippings, as seen in the diorama, tended to take place either inside or right outside of the prison. The boys would also have 1 week of imprisonment, most likely at Newgate Prison, as it was common to send young people who served short times there. The boys had been given this lighter punishment, as grand larceny, normally called for the death penalty. This would be in part due to their defense of parental problems and age, both being under 16. As around after 1772, the number of private whippings had increased, as people didn't believe in the effectiveness of transportation and the death penalty for minor offenders. So, the transformation of punishment that occurred from the mid-18th century to when this crime took place saved John Liscoe and William Brown from the gruesome fate of hanging for just stealing 3 pairs of shoes.